Hello again, Ian Stokey with Mastermind Games, back with Malifaux and the Gremlin Taxidermists. I'm basically going to be just doing one of them on camera, try to save time, so Olive Green 09035. So these came with the Creative Taxidermy box set, but we'll see if they end up repackaged with all the changes to 3rd edition they're coming out, so should be out by now from what I understand, but excuse me. Taxidermy was one of several things the Gremlins adopted from humans, along with firearms and alcohol, but in the case of taxidermy, they took a fairly twisted take, making creations more akin to Frankenstein's monster than what we would consider normal taxidermy. And that's really about all I can say. A group of diminutive little Victor Frankensteins making unspeakable abominations. There are 2 different sculpts here, so both look pretty wicked though, and that is absolutely fitting with Malifaux's aesthetic, but alright. Gonna let that dry before moving on. It's take a while. Okay. Deep Red 09002. I'm gonna go ahead and give each of them different colored shirts. Unfortunately, some of my paint's running just a bit thin. It's just the way it is. And this definitely gets a aesthetic of scientists from a lot of B-grade horror and science fiction movies from the 50s and 60s, where you'd have these characters wearing more or less 3-piece suits under their lab coats and surgical aprons. So this one, I think in choosing this color, I'm winding up making it look more like a carpenter than a deranged experimental surgeon. But we'll see what it looks like in the end. That's what matters. And the other one, if I can find the paint I want, 09017 True Blue. Because why not give them brightly colored shirts? Especially if I'm going to be doing those smocks. Or aprons. Smock might be an appropriate word to use. Not quite the same body either, because they have different tools tucked in. They've got this just a bit too thick there. And I believe the Gremlins faction name is changing, or has changed to Bayou or something along those lines, but I'll still be using the older words or names until I get everything updated. So back in the date. Okay. 09110 oiled leather. So, nothing too distinct on either of them about this. I am at a point though where I can only do one color at a time right now, so just bear with me on that. This is just going on the gloves and shoes, which are just peeking out from under this apron on both models. Just hit one of them on camera. just kind of picked this one randomly. Kind of more, it's difficult to tell which one looks more sinister. This one definitely looks more menacing with the large saw-like blade in his hands, but the other one seems to have an even more unnerving facial expression. Again, both appropriate given the horror aesthetic of the game, but still. Alright, now I just need to apply that to the other one. Okay, finally got this thing to focus on one of these guys properly, at least for a few seconds. Leather White 09062. Okay, I'm carefully getting the coat here, or apron. This brush I'm using may not be in the best shape anymore, so I'm probably going to have to go replace it soon. It's okay, your brushes will wear out eventually. As they do, they become great for dry brushing. Well, with the blue and white, he looks less like a mad scientist, more like a deranged ice cream man right this minute, but we'll just see what happens as I get some of the accoutrements here. Oh, thought that was some kind of knife, but it's actually a little bottle. Okay. Being real careful on these thin little straps. Okay. And so many jokes from my favorite show, Mystery Science Theater 3000, are coming to mind right this minute. They make no sense without the context of a bad movie playing. I'll just keep them to myself, but okay. Now the hair, a little goatee, and a huge, long mustache that goes all the way to his cheeks. Coupled with this weird, bit thick on the paint there, sort of weird, curly hairstyle. Geez, I thought the Dracula from the Bram Stoker movie had a weird hairdo, but alright. I believe a lot of Gremlins are actually bald and tend towards wigs, and I know the Master Wong has a fake mustache he wears just to look the part of a wizard. But okay, apply the other one, and nicked his finger there. Quick touch up, and we're fixed. Okay, moving on in a bit. Okay, Tarnished Steel 09206. Okay, and yeah, this one does have a monocle. This not a bit too much paint. Yeah, this looks like the illegitimate child of a hacksaw and a Ginsu knife. But then again, it totally fits the image of, you know, deranged mad scientist type. And that some of the tools on here. I mean, this almost looks like a crowbar. Pretty sure this is supposed to be a file of some type. Let's see, a bottle. Oh boy. Okay, moving on. Oh boy. Alright. Pure White 09039. I'm going to do these bottles of mysterious chemicals as essentially lighting effects. And this particular gremlin has quite a few of them. Just go ahead and get the last couple of base coats right here, right now. He's just got one, as far as I can see. And then, where's the one I need? Shield Brown 09161. Got a couple of handles to do of various surgical tools. Including the Ginsu hacksaw here. Then Woodstain Brown 09160. Going for overall muddy look for the base. Pretty much start with a smooth slab of sculpting putty in the recess, and then just deliberately dented it with part of it, with an end of my tool, or one of them anyway. Just get a nice solid coat. And get the other one off camera, but that gets base coats. Shading's up next. Okay, time for a bit of shading. Or, yeah, shading. So, end with lighting effects. Where is it? Blackened Steel 09205. Down to one color at a time right this minute. Thinning this out with about 1 part water to 1 part paint. You can get into a wash and applying. Go over all the metal. Okay. Get the other one back in a minute. Alright. Woodstain Brown 09160. This is just going on handles. Not too much at all, really. Alright, let's go ahead and try for the lighting effects too. So I'll just get the other handle here. Normally I do that last, but just see what we get. So pale green 09012. Going just a bit thinner. So 2 to 3 parts water per 1 part paint for a lighting effect. So you want some of the white to show through. It's going for a mysterious and ominous green glow on the vials hanging off of their personages. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was trying to butcher the English language already. Scary because it's the only language I speak. Oh boy. Okay. There we go. Let that dry, and then I can probably go on to the white next. Okay. Linen White 09061. Being very careful on those straps. I'd rather not have this hit the shirts if I can avoid it. I'm going from the highest area to the lowest area with shading. Base coats low to high and highlighting low to high. Just got a little gun on the shirt, but that'll come off when I shade that one. That being because the shirt's shade is going to be much darker than the other. Being careful not to hit the metal. Okay. Then the hair. Alright, apply to the other one and move on. Gloves next. Ruddy Leather 09109. Being real careful not to hit the end of the handle there for his blade, but conversely I also want to make sure I get a nice solid coat here. And there we go. Let's see. Let that dry. Then move on a little bit. Alright. Red Brick 09001. Let's see if the camera will stay focused for me this time. Try to accommodate by moving as little as possible, but we'll just see what we end up getting. One of those, I have exactly one chance to do it, so at least one chance without stripping paint for 3 months. Because that's about the kind of luck I've had with stripping paint to redo older models. And now, Sapphire Blue 09016. I get this cranky loud. Come on, focus. There we go. This particular paint's a little dry, so a little more water than usual is called for. Carefully dab it in the front there. Yeah, still looking a little more like a deranged good humor man than a scientist, but that would not necessarily be out of place in Malifaux either. That dried has got 2 colors left to shade after that. Okay. Muddy Olive 09034. Trying to be careful around the facial hair. Doing to make sure to get the back of the ears and the back of the neck. That was weird. Then applying to the other. Avoiding the monocle, because nothing says evil anymore like just having a monocle. Which I've heard is more and more to keep your expression a stern scowl than anything else. And then a bit of pure black 09037. Thinning this out a little more than usual. Using about 4 parts water to 1 part paint here. Just a quick coverage of the base. And apply that to the other one and move on to highlight and detail. Okay, time to wrap this up. Pure white 09039. This is going exclusively in the eyes, at least right now. All 3 of them. And a tiny dot of pure black 09037. And this is going to go on. I'm going to do this on the caps of the bottles. Keeping the glowing intact is putting a little lid on it. And then carefully dotting in a pupil. And this one's got a monocle, so it's only got 1 eye showing, which now for some dry brushing. Pale Olive 09036. So to do this, gonna need a ratty feather looking brush. Let's see here. Got a fair number of them. I just need to pick. Let's see. This will do. So something along the lines of this. Straight paint, no water. Rub it off on a paper towel till it looks like there's next to nothing left. Then lightly dust the area to be affected. This will catch on the raised areas and leave the lowered area, the recessed areas, alone. Refresh as necessary. Always clean and dry your brush thoroughly. You want your brush completely dry between uses Sky Blue 09018. Try to get this guy focused while I'm getting my paint mixed up. I know it wreaks havoc on it when I gotta pull these guys in and out of the picture, the camera plane there. This one still looks more like a evil ice cream man than a scientist. Can't do much about that at this point. Not without stripping paint. Blood Red 09003. Come on, focus. Okay. It's weird how much this camera fights me. My current rig definitely works better than my... Oh boy. Okay. My system started doing that thing again where it starts dropping hundreds of frames a second, so I had to stop that. So this is Blood Red. Try brushing it onto the shirt. And if I felt like doing blood spatter on the tools, which I don't, this would be the color to do it with. I personally try to keep my gore effects to a minimum. Ghost White 09063. It's just a personal choice that I keep my gore effects on the lighter side here, so. Let's go on the hair and the apron. I'm concerning myself with the most readily visible surfaces. And by brushing against any sharp ridges or edges like the creases in the aprons will help it catch the paint and really help it pop. Using a fair bit of caution on his mustache because I don't want to get his skin. Getting there. Burnt Orange 09111. And I am deliberately just doing both models on camera at this point because it will slow me down quite a bit to do just one color at a time on camera, then stop and get the paint out again, etc., etc., etc. This brush is not necessarily the best for this point, but rest that I have are still kind of drying right this minute, so I need to give them a chance to actually do that. And you can sometimes refresh your paint from the paper towel when you're dry brushing, which can be more convenient than getting new paint from your pot or whatever you've got. True Silver 09207. Faded label. Trying to pay special attention to the teeth. It's light dusting on the most visible portions of the other instruments. By teeth, I meant the teeth of the blade there. Oh, I almost forgot to get his monocle. Let's see, this one I started with is dry enough. I can use that and get a little shine there. Maybe using a little more straight paint than I normally would to really make it sparkle. In fact, I'll take a little of that white from earlier, the pure white, and just put that in there as well. That could be a bit too much. Let's thin that out and blot it out on a paper towel. Yeah, that's not so bad. A bit of a shine, a bit of a... It's not too bad. Okay, let's see. Driftwood Brown 09162. This is a new pot. I thought I was out, but I had a spare I forgot about. So it's going to require extra mixing. I just need the tiniest dot. Let's see. It's not dry enough. What else do I have? This one maybe. I don't know why I keep whispering when I do these. I really don't. Yeah, that isn't going to work. Gonna have to risk it with the first one, even though it's not completely dry. Okay, getting tools. All right. Now, the Shield Brown 09161. I can use a larger brush for this. Still good on frames, not dropping hundreds in the course of a few seconds. Lightly dusting the base, and this is picking out the craters and the mud. After all, how many B-grade movies have you seen where a mad scientist lives in a penthouse in upstate New York or some other metropolis while conducting bizarre experiments better kept from prying eyes? And now Pure Black 09037. I'm switching to a flathead brush for this. So, same color as what I used to pick out the pupils. In this case, I can find my brush. Here's the one I need. The this one will do. No, there it is. Got quite a tangle of brushes over here, off camera. Okay, I'm dropping again. Okay, this is starting to get frustrating with these glitches with my system here. So I am carefully just picking out the edge of the base, trying not to hit the basing. Again, my basing is just quick hand sculpted, or at least it is at this point for Malifaux. I actually want to start on the back. I used to do, I've said this many times before, a faction-specific color for each. Oh, crap. Just nick the hair. Alright. Now we'll take a second and just the ghost white. Just touch that up. Ah, boy. Well, that happened. Anyway, I used to do a faction-specific color, but with all the faction changes coming to Malifaux, and I'm just not caring anymore to take that extra time, so there's just one more step. I need this black to dry first. Okay, well, I thought I was going to go bonkers with all these glitches, but we're just about done. Pure white 09039. Last thing I need to do to these two is give them, just do a Roman numeral on the back of each base, so I can quickly differentiate between the two. Well, quickly and clearly, more importantly, differentiate between the two in an actual game for purposes of tracking damage. Let's see this one. So, pure white 09039. And 2. And a 1. Quick and easy. Nobody complain about we're just taking what damage, and that is it. The Gremlin Taxidermists from Malifaux got their most iconic abominations next. Until next time, I am Ian Stokey with Mastermind Games, signing out.